When in doubt, check it out. When you're in doubt about God's existence, check out the world around you. Early on in my faith, I had a season where I struggled to reconcile the evolutionary theory with what the Bible taught. The reputable teachers at schools and universities spoke with eloquence as they spun the theory with elaborate and, might I add, imaginative details. On the surface, the theory sounds convincing. However, just a tiny glance below the surface reveals problems in every single field of scientific inquiry, whether cosmology, biology, or even geology. Perhaps our human race becomes far too sophisticated for our own good, and we miss the simple and compelling truth that envelops us all. In Job chapter 12, verses 7 through 9, we find a helpful and simple grouping of verses, and they're profound. In them, we hear the clear voice of our Creator calling us to behold the obvious message from creation. Job writes, "But ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you. Or speak to the earth, and it will teach you. Or let the fish in the sea inform you. Which of all these does not know that the hand of their Lord has done all this?" The Hebrew word for teach in this verse is the word yara. It means to authoritatively instruct through the display of the subject matter. Put another way, creation manifests God's clear handiwork for all to see. There is no need to construct alternative explanations when the sheer design of every plant and animal yield a persuasive argument. So when you tend to doubt if God is real, just check out what you see around you. Could all this happen by chance? Really? I can no longer see the harmonious cooperation of the interconnected ecosystems that support life as a mere happenstance. I can no longer view the intricacies of the cell as an accident, and I can no longer be duped by the theory that blind chance made a seeing eye. I can no longer accept the mutually supported factors keeping all of life together as a mere coincidence. The rational view is to conclude that the oxygen-nitrogen mix, water, size of the planet, distance from the sun, placement of the moon, laws of physics, and hundreds of other life-sustaining factors were emplaced by a master intellect. Job correctly concludes, the animals and the earth itself teach the lesson that God is their maker. For some, this is difficult to grasp. Is it difficult for you? And why might that be? Do you blame God for something that happened to you? Do you struggle with pride? Are you maybe entrenched in what you were taught and it's been very difficult to let go? So many of us have had our seasons of doubt and we felt lost in the desperate sea of despair. That does not have to be our plight. For me, my shaky faith in God became solid when I simply opened my eyes to the wonder and grandeur of creation around me. When I paused long enough to behold the mesmerizing detail in creation and God's incontrovertible presence, it restored my faith. When I was in doubt, I simply checked out the obvious wonders around me. I allowed the animals and the earth to teach, to yara, the compelling reality of God Almighty. It was then that a firm faith eclipsed my doubt and my relationship with God became real. When you wrestle with nagging doubts about God's presence, stop and look around, or when in doubt, check it out.